Our dude? Pretending to be out cold like a busted robot. Classic, I'm sleeping, but really I'm not move. But his girlfriend, right, definitely his girlfriend and not his own sister, right? Ahem. Oh, she's got zero patience for that snooze fest. She's eyeing his Excalibur like it's the last slice of pizza at a party, and she's starving. She pokes it, prods it, gives it a suspicious little wiggle like, is this thing real? Or did you hide a sausage link under the sheets? She's half annoyed, half impressed, thinking, if this doesn't wake you up, you might actually be a potato. A very lazy, well-cooked potato. So she starts flaunting those curves like a human lava lamp, hypnotic, dangerous, and hotter than a jalapeno in a sauna. He peeks one eye open like a nervous meerkat, trying to sneak a peek, but she catches him every time with a look that screams, nice try, Sleeping Beauty. Now shut those eyes before I turn this into a horror show. But that Excalibur? Oh, it's no joke. It's standing at attention like a royal guard who's been waiting centuries for his big moment. So she decides it's time for some quality control. Mouth on, hands off, because this isn't her first rodeo, and she's the reigning champion of rodeo mouth rides. She leans in and starts tasting it like a food critic who just found the secret sauce of the gods. Except this sauce is spicy, legendary, and definitely not for the faint of heart. He's biting his lip, trying desperately to stay asleep, but inside he's screaming, "Abort mission! Abort mission! I'm not ready for this oral assault." She's bobbing like she's auditioning for a professional headbanging contest, making him sweat more than a nun at a Vegas strip show. She goes all in, swallowing like she's competing in the World Gobbling Championship. Yes, ladies and gents, the one and only, the gobbler of the sacred sword, is here to slay dragons and claim victory. She's a fearless warrior, armed with nothing but her mouth, wicked skills, and a questionable playlist. His eyes snap open, staring at her like she just pulled a magic trick out of thin air. Except it's a very long, very impressive trick, and definitely not wearing pants. How does she do that without choking? What is this sorcery? Then she drops the ultimate zinger. What about me? Who's gonna help me get ready if you're out cold? I can't do all the heavy lifting alone, bro. Game over, man. He's up faster than a squirrel on espresso, ready to face the wildest quest since Indiana Jones raided the dungeon at midnight. He can't help it. As he peeks, the mighty dungeon he needs to explore appears like a shadow on his face. Like a massive boulder. I mean, an unholy and godly massive dungeon appears in front of him, ready to be explored and tasted. He grins like he just won the lottery, rubbing the sleep from his eyes, and says, "All right, my queen of mischief, mistress of the midnight snack, gobbler of the sacred sword. Let's see what kind of wild magic you've got planned tonight," since she seems to be enjoying doing this to her sleeping bro of all people. But don't worry, I'll provide what you want. And the rest? Let's just say it's a wild, unholy roller coaster nobody signed up for, but everyone's glad they rode. No sleep for the wicked, especially not with a girlfriend. Yep, totally girlfriend. So eager to tame the mighty Excalibur like it's a fire-breathing dragon hopped up on Red Bull and sugar. She really wants him to keep his promise of making sure the pent-up holy power she has gets fully released. Because, well, let's just say his little lesson on how this stuff works blew up and led to him getting his own sword gobbler who will do whatever he wants, wherever, because one experience made her into a mighty beast that can't get enough. One lucky guy, eh? Honestly, who could resist? These two have been at this game so long, they might as well have their own Olympics. And tonight, it's gold medal time, because he's not stopping until she's unleashed every ounce of that holy power she's been bottling up, making sure he enjoys this moment and really engraves it into his memory for many, many years to come. Bloody lucky bast. Ahem. So, as our main guy's insane session of weird stuff with his girlfriend, ahem, definitely not his sister. Again, she's like, you better do your job and get everything out properly this time, okay? This will be the last time. Totally using this as an excuse to perform these questionable actions. Like, sure, bro, it's totally fine to do this with your ahem bro, as long as it's for the safety of not getting pregnant, right? Because clearly, logic went out the window and got drunk with common sense. He just smirks. Yeah, sure, I'll definitely do that this time, don't you worry. As he's grinning, yes, finally, I'm finally inside at last. This dungeon is amazing. Honestly, he talks about dungeons like he's applying for a job at Hogwarts' secret S&M club. She begins shaking a little due to the activities and the sudden rod that seemed to penetrate the dungeon. That rod clearly skipped sword training and went straight to legendary weapon status. We see he goes for the full exploration into the cherry pie, but something blocks him. The magical path that women seem to have, the true wall that needs to be broken down by the men. He asks, "Have you never actually spent time with a guy before?" What the hell? Someone as good looking as you has never actually done it? Haha, this is the best. She nervously says, "Of course I haven't. What do you take me for?" Apparently, not someone who casually reads the Kama Sutra on weekends. He debates if he should continue using this cherry pie, really thinking hard for like 2 seconds. Yep, all 2 seconds. Just 'cause who in their right mind stops right here, right? So he goes for the full one-shot thrust, pump action, one-hit kill moment. Basically the Call of Duty of cherry pie combat. He doesn't waste time, knowing if he stalls, it just wouldn't be right. He has to go instantly in one huge massive thrust if he has any chance of conquering this apple pie, because clearly he's trying to unlock the legendary Baker achievement. We see Bomb start to cry because he lied about how painful this training would be, so she's upset with him, crying from the torture this new technique is causing. He laughs, "Well, let's continue. No pain, no gain, right?" Gym bros would be proud, except they don't usually train with swords in pie dungeons. She yells, "Wait! No, stop right there! Freeze, mister! Stop, dude!" He thinks, well damn, I seem to be stuck, sis." Nothing like accidentally docking the Titanic in the wrong harbor. Because of this, she seems to shyly say, "Well, can you hug me?" He's like, "Huh, why?" But she's like, "Just hug me, dude. Stop being cringe." He hugs her, then apologizes. "Sorry if it hurt too much, sis." She's like, "Well, duh, of course it did, you goddamn dummy." He's like, "Don't worry, I promise I won't do it next time," implying there will be one. Damn, he doesn't give a damn. Doing this already once is crazy enough, but now he wants to do it more? This man is running on confidence and libido alone. She gives a playful and pissed look like, "Huh? Who says I would let you, eh? You cocky dude." He doesn't slow down, though, as every time she talks, he seems to demonstrate a thrusting move to her for some reason, and she doesn't seem interested, like saying, dude, why do you keep doing that? Like, explain to me, yeah?" He clearly learned romance from action anime and questionable fanfics. He's like, "Well, I obviously would do this demonstration. Why wouldn't I? We're in the middle of our special training session, and I've already conquered the mighty wall, so I gotta go even further, obviously." She keeps asking even more, "Why is your weapon twitching all weird? Like, do you have no control over the power?" "It's called spontaneous sword syndrome. Google it. Or don't." He smirks. "Well, Bomb, I promise you, it's not something I can control. It's happening because you're just so delicious and powerful to taste." She blushes all shy-like due to his words and shyly looks away, saying, "Well, am I tastier and stronger than everyone else you've shown this training technique to?" He's like, "Huh? The hell is she on about?" But he doesn't want to kill the mood and annoy her, so he just gives her the words she wants to hear. "Of course you are. Hey, hey, haha." He's clearly majoring in how to survive dangerous questions advanced level. He decides to tease her this time like, well, look here. Every time I demonstrate my technique, you seem to react as well. You seem to be loving this mighty sword, aren't you? Are you that excited to learn from my powerful rod? Bro dropped the pickup line like he's starring in a medieval adult film, Game of Moans. She's like, "Stop teasing me then, dude, and just hurry up and take away your sword like you're meant to, dude." He's like, "Well, are you feeling better now?" And she's like, "Yeah, I think so." So he obliges and goes to draw the sword from the dungeon. But for some reason, when he starts to withdraw, she's like, "Wait, not actually. Keep going. I want to see the sword play a bit more to truly learn the technique." She's like, "Well, did the technique work to withdraw all the holy power this time?" So he responds, not satisfied and obviously wanting to continue this. So he's like, "Well, I only managed to get a bit of the power out." Yeah, that's code for round 2 is definitely loading. She's like, "Really? Ah, damn. Well, go again. Make sure to get it out this time. We must get rid of every single bit of holy power." So he uses the holy sword to penetrate that apple pie dungeon once again. We see he thinks, damn, she's so totally in a different class from my boss. She's a real piece of work. This man just compared his girlfriend's pie to his manager's. Someone call HR. We see both of them are sweating from this hard exercise and training they are performing with the swords, preparing for the greatest war of all time, ahem. As he eventually gets all the power and training built up enough to the point where he finally releases it all in one go, inside the mighty apple pie dungeon nonetheless, damn dude, doing that one the first time with your training partner like that? He really doesn't give a damn and just wants to enjoy such a moment. Legend says his XP bar exploded. Well, can't blame him. I think everyone would love to do this. The story continues with him finally releasing the holy power he had stored up into that apple pie. But it's not all happy, as she's pissed and annoyed that he did the thing he said he wouldn't do. He was meant to help get rid of the holy power, not produce more and make it even worse than before. Annoyed, he just laughs, thinking, well, damn, I've got no excuse this time for this. As she yells, "You're crazy, Oppa. You annoying dude. What will I do now, Oppa?" He grabs her arm and says, "Wait, please just calm down and listen to me." Bomb. She yells, "Listen to you, bro. I caught you red-handed." He tries to justify it by saying, "Well, look, it's not just the holy power I produced displaying itself. There's something else as well, right? Look." She's like, "No, dude, it's just your holy power. The hell are you on about?" As he yells, "This isn't just my holy power, sis, look." She's like, "What bullshit?" But trails off and reconsiders when she looks a second time. He yells, "Look, it's a success. We succeeded in removing the holy power from last time, can't you see? You should be bloody happy. The process and exercises were a great success. It was such a great success that we should go for another round, or maybe 2, or maybe 5, who knows?" She sits there considering it for a second as he yells, "Look, you don't need to go to the hospital anymore. Aren't you happy you don't have to worry about producing an heir due to my stubbornness?" She's stun-locked, thinking, wow, that's so freaking cool. But what about the holy power from last time? She asks. He stares at her like, seriously? Still worried about that? Well, don't worry. It's all gone. You just need to make sure it's all properly out, right? She's like, so what? This is just a never-ending cycle now. You just keep providing more and more, using it as an excuse to do this, right? How the hell does that make sense, dude? He's like, the important thing is that we do this right, so we can make sure you never have to go to the hospital and make sure the holy power doesn't activate. Now then, let's quickly get down to pushing out that holy power to make sure it doesn't activate. All right? We see this leads to a whole night of fun, pushing out holy power and making sure it doesn't activate in the apple pie dungeon properly, which God knows how many times this exercise happened. We see them just panting heavily from how much they were going at it and exercising until it reaches morning, where all we see is one tired dude. He must have been exhausted from how much effort he had to put into this, but goddamn, is he lucky his own sister needed his expertise in this field, and he for sure provided. We see he's just yawning and maybe regretting not getting any sleep, but who would sleep when you can spend all night providing for your sister, right? But when he thinks about it and starts counting how many times they did it, he wonders if it worked this time. He smirks and smiles happily after thinking about what he did and how much he and his sister share a perfect bond, a bond so deep you never know where it might go. He's just happy he finally managed to release all the holy power as much as he wanted, no matter the consequences. Heh. But then his hot boss walks in when he's thinking, but what if I release too much and she actually does produce an heir? What then? But his boss interrupts him like, dude, why do you look so sick? He's like, you're here. She asks if everything is ready and he's like, yeah, I ordered it all. But something catches his boss's eye as she turns around. Wait, is there something different about you today? He's nervously like, what? As his boss leans in closely to check, something changed again. He's like, nervously stuttering, what? She's like, hey, you're more manly today? Did you become an adult overnight? He's like, I'm an adult male, so obviously. But she catches a smell that he didn't get enough time to shower to remove. Haha, you finally did it with your sis. I mean, your girl, right? He grits his teeth. What did what? Haha, you did it, didn't you? How many times? All night long, right? Did you do it inside, huh? Huh? She grins, smirking heavily. He's like, seriously? She asks if he enjoyed his fun night as much as he did with her. As he looks away, well, to be honest, we see he explains, and she's absolutely shocked, calling him a beast, rustling his hair as he goes, please don't do that. She goes, well, it's your own fault for doing that to your sis. I mean, your girl, right? You should have used those holy protection things. He goes, yeah, but the mood was too good not to. She goes, well, yeah, that's true, but there's one other thing you could have done. He curiously asks, what's that? She goes, oh, it's the best method. It's known as the pull-out method. She looks at him like, dude, your practice methods have no control. You're in too much of a rush. Well, never mind. If you're not good at it, then let's just practice. As she showcases her assets to him, like, try it on me, like you did with your sis. I mean, your girl. He's like, what? Shocked. He tries to justify it like, wait, what about the windows people will see? But she doesn't give a damn. What, dude, aren't you gonna do it when I'm offering myself? Haha, are you shy? But in the end, he's like, all right then, have it your way. Thanks for teaching me, boss. As he begins to experiment and showcase his training to his boss, even though he just spent all night showcasing it to his own sister, we continue with our lucky guy spending time with his boss to learn. He's doing the classic, it feels good, right? It doesn't hurt or anything, right? When I did it with my my friend, it hurt at first. His boss raises an eyebrow, sipping invisible tea, and goes, it's fine, rookie. This ain't my first rodeo. I've cleared more dungeons than you've cleared browser history. She suddenly leans closer, smirking. Since the last time we did this, I can't even think about doing this sort of thing with any man smaller than you anymore. He freezes. Boss, that's so sentimental. Somewhere, violins start playing in his head. She slaps the sentiment away. All right, now you better take responsibility for making me say cheesy lines like that. Meanwhile, outside the window, people are casually strolling by like it's just another Tuesday. The windows are wide open, so literally anyone could glance inside and witness their special exercises. But hey, it's the almighty apple pie dungeon clearing Excalibur Rising minigame. Priorities, right? Luckily, it's the era of smartphones. People are too busy scrolling memes and ignoring life to notice two lunatics trying to unlock the holy power achievement. Our guy sighs in relief, thinking, bless the smartphone age. I can grind this dungeon Excalibur minigame with zero shame. Even if I set off fireworks in here, no one would notice. He starts thinking about unleashing his holy power inside the dungeon, but slaps himself mentally. No. Wait. Gotta save it. This is experience I need to release outside this time. Maximum prestige. Greatest achievement. Big brain move. His boss is enjoying herself a little too much, so he nervously asks, I'm doing really well, right? Right? She smirks like a final boss. All right, if you're so confident, let's record this gameplay session for later. I'll review it. Alone. His soul leaves his body. What? You're recording. She's already holding her phone like Spielberg, camera rolling. He panics, covering his face. What the hell are you doing? She chuckles. Relax, rookie. I'm filming this practice session. It'll be good to review where you messed up. Constructive criticism. He puffs up. I have portrait rights, okay? She cackles. Portrait rights? Ha! That's only for famous people. Your mighty Excalibur doesn't make you famous, champ. Don't worry, though. This is for educational purposes only. He stares blankly. Who even cares anymore? Fine. But she suddenly pauses, squints at the screen, and mutters, Ugh, this angle is tragic. My hands look like claws. You know what? You record it. From your angle. Maybe you'll make this look cinematic. He blinks. Huh? Fine. Whatever. My perspective might make me look like a pro anyway. She hands him the phone and says, Good. I need to stay focused. If I don't, the combo won't work. So you film. Got it? He grins. Damn, what kind of situation am I in? People are walking right outside, and here I am, literally recording the almighty new immersive gaming experience, while my boss is being pounded by a mighty Excalibur in the game. This is peak cinema. Meanwhile, his boss is getting more into it. He thinks, damn, teaching you is worth it. You're the best student I've ever had. He yells, teacher, you're amazing. I'm learning so much. He's hyped up like he just scored a World Cup winning goal. She nods, keeping her pro-gamer tone. If you're serious about being good at this, Then remember the most important rule. Stop just before the finale. Build suspense. Leave them begging for the climax. That's how you keep the fans excited. He salutes like he's in the army. Yes, teacher. Suddenly, a random dude walks in looking for something. Time slows. The intruder stares. They stare back. Boss battle unlocked. She whispers, okay, new strat, elbow attack. Take him out. He gives her the what the actual hell look as she dramatically spins her elbow like a pro wrestler. She fake smiles. Haha, welcome. The random guy? Yeah, weird girl. Meanwhile, our poor hero is knocked on the floor, bleeding pixels, still holding the gaming position for his boss like a fallen warrior. The random guy mutters, I'm looking for some pads. My girlfriend sent me. Why the hell didn't she buy them herself? Boss points with zero shame. Women's products, around the corner. He nods. Cool, thanks, while she's giggling nervously. Then, mid-giggle, she yells at the screen, I told you to stop moving. God damn it. The pad guy freezes. Who the hell is she yelling at? Meanwhile, our hero is crying. Let me finish for God's sake. She barks back, hold it, you idiot. Pad guy walks back. I can't find him, she growls. Stop right there. Look carefully, okay? Heh. He stares like, isn't she supposed to help me? Other stores literally walk you to the product. What is this customer service? She finally snaps, God damn it, I said stop there, you moron. Stop coming closer with your eyes wide open, you blind mother fricker. Pad guy backs away slowly, rethinking his life choices. Meanwhile, our guy's struggling because his boss moved too much, and boom. He accidentally releases his holy power into the apple pie dungeon. Boss stands up, showing off her pro-gamer posture, barely holding herself together. Pad guy stares like, what the hell did I just witness? Boss suddenly collapses. Pad guy panics. Hey, you all right? What's wrong? But before he can even move, his girlfriend storms in like a hurricane. What the hell took you so long? The movie already started. One simple task, and you still screw it up, you moron. He points weakly, but something's wrong with this lady. She cuts him off. Don't care. Move. Now. He takes one last look at the collapsed boss and mumbles, sure. His girlfriend squints. What's wrong with her? He shrugs. I don't know. She's just weird. Later, our guy apologizes to his boss for not being able to release the holy power outside for her to see this time. She waves it off. It's fine. Can't be helped. But next time we're going again. And this time, do what I'm teaching you. Release. Outside. Got it? He double takes. Wait, again. She smirks. It's called practice, rookie. You need to practice and learn. He groans. Oh God, here we go again. Smash that like button if you're never eating pie the same way again. Hit that subscribe button if you're hungry for more. And hey, don't just ghost me. Drop a comment too.